But it is interesting that in terms of the marketplace or the collectors or the general idea about photography, abstraction is a no-no. It seems to go against everything that we were taught from the 1820s forward about what photography is about, which always carries the words taking instead of making, as if you're taking something from the world instead of making something about the world. The connection between reality and photography, as untrue as it is as far as I'm concerned, has dominated most thinking about the medium. But I always used to tell classes, how do we know whether the photograph, and this is long before digital, how do we know that the photograph is telling us reality? How do we know that in the Bolivian government's picture, illustrated in all the newspapers around the world, of a body lying on a table with soldiers around it and captioned, Che Guevara caught and killed? And I always ask the class, how do we know that's Che Guevara? And if it is Che Guevara, how do we know he's dead? I mean, it looks that way. And from our reading of other photographs, we could project that idea once we're aided by the caption and by the knowledge of the fact that they're trying to get Che Guevara and kill him. But in fact, it could be an actor. We don't really know for sure. Because photography is an abstraction. Not only is it small and flat and has a single point perspective as opposed to our binocular vision, which is always on the move as the things in front of us are on the move, et cetera, et cetera. So the photograph is certainly a representation, but it's a representation that is made by someone and by the camera. So it's not an automatic reproduction of what's out there.